Ever notice how the moment you stop chasing people, they suddenly remember you exist? Yeah, funny how that works. You were texting them, calling them, checking in on them, sending memes they didn't even laugh at, and nothing. Cold silence. But the second you go quiet, hey stranger, let me ask you this. What if I told you that the best way to make someone regret losing you is by not trying to make them regret it at all? No more begging, no more please take me back. Today I'll show you the Stoic way, the powerful, calm, unbothered way to flip the script and make them realize they lost someone rare. This isn't about games, it's not manipulation, it's about self-respect so strong, it becomes magnetic. Let's dive in. 1. Why we beg in the first place and why it doesn't work. Let's get real for a second. Why do we beg? We don't beg because we're weak, we beg because we feel desperate. You think, if I just explain myself one more time, if they could just see how much I care. But here's the Stoic truth. No one values what's thrown at their feet. You ever see someone begging in a movie? It never looks good. They're sweaty, crying, desperate, like they just ran 5 miles in flip-flops. Not exactly the image of power and confidence. Stoics understood this 2,000 years ago. Epictetus said, "Never depend on the admiration of others. There is no strength in it." Translation: your power comes from detachment, not approval. And when you beg, you hand over your power like a free sample at Costco. 2. The moment you stop begging, the game changes. Now here's the twist. When you stop begging, when you truly let go, something crazy happens. They feel it. They notice the silence. They notice you're no longer orbiting around them like a sad little moon. And suddenly, you're the one with gravity. Let's use a simple example. Imagine you're selling a car. You're desperate to sell it. You keep dropping the price. You're texting the buyer every 5 minutes. Hey, still interested? I'll throw in a cup holder. Now the buyer knows you need them, so they wait, they stall, they lowball you. But imagine instead you raise the price. You polish the car, you post it once, and then you vanish. Now people are curious. Wait, why is this guy not chasing? Is the car that good? That's what happens when you stop begging in relationships. You become the car they thought they didn't need until you were gone. 3. The power of walking away, even if you don't feel ready. Here's what most people get wrong. They wait to walk away until they feel strong. But Stoicism flips it. You walk away first, and the strength follows. Think of it like going to the gym. You don't wait until you're strong to lift weights. You lift weights to get strong. It's the same with walking away. It's hard. Your brain screams, what if they forget me? What if I never find someone else? But your silence? That's not weakness. That's strategy. You're not ghosting them to be petty. You're stepping back to reclaim your worth. And trust me, nothing is louder than silence after they've gotten used to your noise. 4. Shift the focus from them to you. Here's the wild thing. While you're sitting there worrying about whether they miss you, they're not thinking about you because they feel safe. They feel like they can come back whenever. So instead of wasting energy watching their Instagram stories, watch your own story unfold. This is where Stoicism hits different. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Translation: don't talk about your worth, live it. Start hitting the gym. Read that book you've been putting off. Build something, create something. Get so focused on you that you forget to care if they notice. And ironically, that's when they usually do. Because nothing is more attractive than someone who's not trying to be attractive. 5. Detachment is power, not coldness. Let's clear something up. Being Stoic doesn't mean being a robot. You're allowed to care. You're allowed to hurt. Stoicism doesn't say, don't feel. It says, don't let your feelings control you. So yeah, maybe you miss them. Maybe you replay the memories like a sad playlist on loop. But instead of texting them at 2 a.m., you sit with that feeling. You observe it. You don't act on it. You realize, I can feel this pain without letting it make me act out of character. That's emotional strength. That's the kind of energy people regret walking away from. 6. When they come back, and they usually do. Okay, now let's talk about what happens when you finally move on. That's when the infamous, "Hey, you," text pops up, out of nowhere, like a jump scare in a horror movie. Why? Because they feel the shift. You stopped chasing. You stopped validating them. You stopped being available on demand. And the second you became a mystery again, you became valuable. But here's the Stoic move. Don't break your silence just because they remembered your name. Ask yourself, did they come back because they value me or because they lost control? Sometimes people don't miss you. They miss the version of themselves that felt powerful when you needed them. And Stoicism teaches us, not everything that returns deserves a welcome. 7. Your silence is a message. Say it with confidence. Let's say it loud and clear. Silence is not weakness. It's a statement. It says, I'm not here to beg for your time. I respect myself too much to chase what doesn't want to be caught. If losing me doesn't affect you, then losing you won't destroy me. It's not about making them suffer. It's about showing yourself that you can survive without their validation. Because the minute you stop begging, you start healing. And when you heal, you glow different. 8. The long-term game. You win by moving on the ultimate goal here. You don't want them to regret losing you just for revenge. You want them to realize what they had, because you finally realize what you have. And here's the crazy part. By the time they regret losing you, you won't even care. You'll be too busy living. You'll be too peaceful to go backward. And that, my friend, is the most stoic flex of all. So let's wrap this up. Begging never works. Silence speaks louder. And Stoicism gives you the tools to reclaim your power without saying a word. You don't need to scream your worth. You just need to live it. Because when you finally stop begging, you don't just make them regret losing you. You make yourself proud of the person you became. Now go be that person. Quiet, calm, unbothered, and dangerously focused. And remember, they may come back, but by then, you might not want them anymore.